Right now, the El Paso County Sheriff's Office needs your help to find this missing Indigenous person. 31-year-old Mary Margaret Checketts was last seen in the area of South Sierra Madre Street and Colorado Avenue. Officials say she was last seen wearing a black long-sleeve shirt and white yoga pants with flowers. Anyone who sees her or has any information is asked to call the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. Their number is 719-390-5555.
Right now, Denver police is investigating multiple fatal crashes involving motorcyclists. The first crash happened around 9:30 last night at East 13th Avenue and North Ray Street near Cheeseman Park. We know that one person died in a crash between a car and a motorcyclist. DPD says it does not appear to be a hit and run. The other happened near southbound I-25 and 6th Avenue around 11 last night. This crash involved a motorcycle and two cars. We know that one person died and two people were taken to the hospital. It's unclear how they are doing this morning. The road was closed for multiple hours and it has since reopened. We are working to learn more about both of these crashes and will update you on air and online.
Colorado State Patrol is setting up DUI checkpoints for the first time in nearly a decade. Troopers held off for years because the legality of those checkpoints have been challenged. And logistically, they're tough because they require a lot of personnel. But troopers say they are worth it. There was one in Black Hawk last Friday night set up on a winding road notorious for crashes. Troopers arrested 6 people of the 28 who were given roadside sobriety checks.
Our goal for the Colorado State Patrol right now is to decrease the numbers of crashes that occur involving impaired drivers.
There are a lot of rules that troopers have to follow to make these checkpoints legal. They have to announce the operation publicly ahead of time. They have signs up the road warning people to give them an opportunity to turn around, and they do not ask people for their license.
The company that owns the license plate tracking cameras all over Colorado, Flock, has said for months that immigration agents do not have direct access to their system. Well, now that company tells us that Customs and Border Protection does actually have access. Colorado law does not allow license plate information to be shared for immigration enforcement. And when we uncovered last week that Loveland police were sharing access to their cameras with immigration agents, Flock told us that CBP wasn't on their network, and they said that it must have been a sharing agreement directly with Loveland PD. Now, Flock says they were wrong, that they do have a deal with immigration agents. It's a pilot program aimed at disrupting drug and human trafficking operations, although Flock says it does not monitor how immigration agents use their system. Flock says their program allows CBP to send out invitations to police departments across the country for one-on-one data sharing, and that Loveland police agreed to do it. Loveland PD says it has ended that agreement. We still don't know if CBP used the access to access to the system for immigration purposes, which is prohibited by state law.
New this morning, Arapahoe County is bringing back its Aid to Agencies program after pausing last year because of budget cuts. The program, which started in 2008, helps fund nonprofits providing services like housing, food assistance, mental health, and transportation. Applications are open through September 19th. Since its launch, Aid to Agencies has invested more than $27 million into local services, including affordable housing, shelter, beds, meals, and school-based mental health programs.
Douglas County is giving nearly $670,000 to local recovery groups aimed to help fight the opioid crisis. Most of the funding is going to Hard Beauty, which places peer recovery specialists in hospitals and jails. Meanwhile, the rest is going to Valley Hope, a Parker-based treatment center. County leaders say the money comes from Colorado's share of a national opioid settlement, with Douglas County already receiving $18 million and more expected in the years ahead. Officials say the goal is to expand recovery services and keep families and communities safe.
Nebraska has announced plans for an immigration detention center in the state's remote southwest corner. The Department of Homeland Security plans to take over the Nebraska Corrections Facility in McCook. It has already been dubbed the Cornhusker Clink. This will be just the latest detention facility the Trump administration has added across the country to hold the growing number of immigrants it's arrested and accused of being in the country illegally. The facilities include the remote detention center in the Florida Everglades known as Alligator Alcatraz.
Well, the Justice Department is investigating Washington, D.C.'s crime statistics. Sources say that officials want to see if the police department manipulated data to make the city look safer than it really is. President Trump calls the city crime-ridden and has sent the National Guard to patrol the streets. City leaders are pushing back, saying violent crime is down nearly 30% compared to this time last year. In January, the Justice Department itself said that violent crime dropped 35% in 2024 compared with 2023. So far, no comment from the DOJ or from D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Meanwhile, more National Guard members have begun arriving in Washington, D.C. as part of President Trump's crime crackdown. Republican governors from Louisiana, Mississippi, Ohio, South Carolina, and West Virginia have sent hundreds of their Guard members to the nation's capital. This adds to the 800 district troops that were already called up since the president declared a public safety emergency. The president says the added members are making the area safer, while other D.C. officials are questioning the move.
Oh my God.
Whoa, check this out. Shocking new video from a witness of an explosion that erupted from a ruptured gas line in Wilmington, North Carolina. Officials say that some crashed their car into a veterinary clinic, ruptured a gas line, and minutes later, the building exploded. The driver took off shortly after, but was later found and arrested. He is charged with a DWI, possession of drugs, hit and run, reckless driving, and making an unsafe lane change. Fortunately, the building was under construction. Nobody was inside when it exploded. 3 Wilmington firefighters were injured, though. 2 have non-life-threatening injuries, and the other has severe burns to their hands and arms.
All right, certainly scary indeed there in North Carolina. Meantime, today's Furcast, Debbie, our featured dog, and more information on sweet 3-year-old Debbie, who's available for adoption from Humane, Colorado. More info on her in just a second, but definitely get those dog walks, those strolls in this morning. It's going to be hot for us this afternoon once again. But if you want to adopt Debbie, who's 3 years old, available for adoption, she is very sweet and playful, a little shy at first, but once you get to know her, she's a sweetheart. Humane Colorado, info at humanecolorado.org, 303-751-5772. Erica?
Oh, she is just adorable. I hope we can get Debbie a great home, Chris. Thank you. 6:08 drive for you across the metro area. Overall, pretty quiet out here. Starting to change in color very slightly through our main commerce city, Interstate 76 and 270. Slight change in color from North Glen into Thornton on southbound I-25. But again, overall, we are just seeing lots of green and quick drive times. 8 to 9 minutes right now for your I-70 drive between I-25 and 225 both ways.